What is up, guys, and welcome to my Ego Up Fantasy. Today we are looking at PGL Major Antwerp 2022 Legend stage. So the first stage concluded. This is how many points I got. Just to walk through, I'm like in pretty decent position here in all of the leagues. Not like the best, but there's still a lot of games to be played. Astralis ended up being pretty bad as a pick. Blaymath was really good, but like Blave, not really. Marden also wasn't like the highest performer for ends, but Spinks was good, Nico was good. Alexi only got padding points because of the fact that I never really got into a good position to swap him. I think G2 just played at the beginning of the day a lot, and if I used my like substitution, I couldn't sub him back out in time a lot of the time. So he ended up kind of just being a bench fodder, but he didn't have like a great event in terms of stats, so I'm not missing out on a lot of points. I didn't use any of my cells. I still have, of course, these available as always. But as in previous event, I think it was EPL, we have this squad wipe option. So now we can squad wipe and we'll be able to make a completely new lineup for this stage, which I really enjoy. Now let's see. I talked, if you didn't see my last video, I talked a lot about each team and what I expect of them. And of course, I also made my pick'ems, so you know which teams I think are gonna do the best. I also shortly mentioned that because some of the initial matchups were, for example, FaZe versus ENCE, and then Navi versus G2, those matchups are most likely gonna determine quite a bit how well you're gonna do. But let's. I also think Ego App Fantasy focuses a bit more about just the individuals that you have and the individuals that you pick. So doesn't matter quite as much for this as much as it does for HLTV. But let's go through some of the players. Who do we think are some steals, and who do we think are, just good value for the money? Zaiwu could be pretty damn good, I'm gonna lie. I do expect Vitality to make it through. Who else could be good value for the money? Like Roland, maybe. I'm not so sure about Nip, but Electronic for 165 could be very good pick. I really like Electronic as a pick, actually. Makes a lot of sense. I also like Zaiwu. Let's go just for some players that I think are good value for the money at the beginning. I also think 3 could be good. 423 for the last 3. Who are some cheap players? Alexi B, Nafani are some of the cheapest. S attack for 129 is not bad. Yeah, we already have double Vitality. I mean, Misuta was pretty damn good in the last stage, not gonna lie. But I think he's gonna fall off quite a lot in form when it comes to playing against better teams. I guess someone of Navi would be bad. Who else do I think is really... I think Cloud9 is actually gonna be very good here. Shiro is less expensive than Axile somehow. Shiro also is just generally not very expensive here. If I can afford him, I would really like that. I think I might go Alexi B again. I'm definitely down to maybe swap some of these players out. 168. Who can we get for that? So which teams do I have now? I have Vitality, Nav, like kind of Cloud9, Navi, G2. It's fine, I think, in this in Ego App to have some spread when it comes to your teams. I usually try and go 2-2-2, but at least in this event, I don't think it's the most crucial thing to do that. I think another Cloud9 player would be nice, but I would expect, yeah, I can't get Hobbit. Perfect. What about if I go Nafani here? Because I mean 120 for Nafani is not bad. Bo Yuri. Yuri's a pretty lie. I think I might go for someone less expensive than Dupree. I think Nafani makes sense, like Nafani Shira. I don't think he's 120 grand or $120 bad. Electronic also steps up on LAN a lot of the time. And it would be nice for him to be. It doesn't have to be a Navi player. I think I would like it to be from a team that's gonna do a bit more. Like if I could get Twists here, Twists would be a very nice pick. I think it's Dupree who I would get rid of. If I go Twists now, I could go for. No, I could go for Caserato. Not a bad pick actually, Caserato. Caserato is actually a very decent pick then. We'd only have 2 players from one team. I don't want to spread quite that much, I don't think. I think Shiro's Iwu are a very nice bang for the buck. Electronic. Who else is good out of like the cheaper players? There's some very cheap, very good players. Or well, pretty good, pretty cheap players at least. Snuppy for 147 grand is not a bad deal at all. Maybe Boomage is the pick. Boomage. It's hard, right? Isn't it? Very hard. Make some of the picks. I think Inters might be better than Nafani. Then I can go for like. Nafani has had like very bad form. No lies there. And now we could upgrade one of these players. Wait, who can I get instead of Boomage? Is in this ballpark in terms of cash. Like Refresh. There's Perfecto. Probably a better pick than Boomage. I could upgrade Twist if I go Boomage. Ooh, 186. We could get Spinks or Brokey. Oh wow, okay. I think that might be the way to go. I don't think Boomage and Inters are gonna struggle as much at this stage. Spinks or Brokey. I think it's gotta be Brokey. Actually, I really like Spinks, but not maybe for this stage. Like, I think it's gonna. If I had to make some kind of prediction, I think the frags that ENS get, like ENS is gonna get through, maybe as a 3-1 or 3-2, but the frags are gonna be more evenly distributed than normally. That's just a prediction, but I mean you have to make some predictions. We'd have like 3 really good AWPers. Daivu, Brokey, Shiro, and then Electronic Inters. I kind of like this. I'll have to actually check. A second, I'll just get my HLTV here. So I can check. What did I want to check? I wanted to check the initial matchups. So in which order they play the first day. So it's like phase ends. So basically, do I bench? From which team do I bench first? So for last play Navi G2. Navi G2 is like last. So I should have Boomage. But it mostly depends. Like that's the problem, right? Because they play two rounds in one day, and I would like to have. Yeah, I guess. It's pretty difficult. Like, who do I guess I bench Boomage for the. I just keep Boomage benched. Yes, I think Cloud9 is gonna do better against outsiders than Navi is gonna do against. So I should bench Boomage. Yeah. Then I'll switch after the first round. Hopefully Navi play earlier, basically, is what I'm hoping for. So Navi plays like one of the first best of ones, and then after that I can switch out Boomage for another or switch in Boomage for Inters or something. No, wait. What I hope for is that Navi play late, so I can swap in Boomage. Yeah, that way around. Sometimes, yeah, it's pretty weird with because it depends a lot on how matches are scheduled and how you can get points. But yeah. Either way, I think that's gonna be it for this one. I'm pretty happy with this. It's kind of experimental having two pretty cheap players, but for example, Inters I think is an underrated player. I think Boomage can definitely do some work for Navi as well. He's had some pop-off performances as well. Electronic gets a lot better on LAN, and then all of Shiro broke his IWU. I'm pretty damn happy with having on my team. We can go further. I should captain. So what was the initial matchups, right? Vitality play NIP. I think probably it's gonna be it's either Shiro or ZywOo captain. I think I go Shiro captain. You can make claims for either one. I think I want to go Shiro. Wait, who is face playing? Ends, yeah, it's very, very tight. So yeah, I think Shiro captain makes the most sense. I'll save. I didn't talk about this in the last video, but I'll save my cells for the next round, because if like one of my like players from a team I have get eliminated, then I can sell them so they get more games. So I think it's best to save your cells. I'm not sure if everyone does that. Like, have a lot of people already used their cells? Yeah. They might. This guy hasn't. Team for that stage for sure. But either way, I personally think it's better to save your cells for the last stage in this kind of tournament. But yeah, if you enjoy this kind of content, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.